Hi YouTube, this is going to be take 2 of the 1/4" drive stuff, since I did skip over a few things during my last one, and you know, everybody always wants to see more. So right through here, these are all the 1/4" drive ratchets that I have, and this is, you know, 1/4" drive stuff. This is probably the most common items you're going to have when you're starting out, you know, your 1/4" drive ratchets. And I don't have them in any kind of quality order, just kind of longest to shortest, and we'll go through them one by one and give some thoughts on each one. First, we're going to start with the Cornwell Tr3. This is a 30-tooth model ratchet, and I do find Cornwell to have the lightest back drag of any of the coarse tooth ratchets out there. Cornwell, these particular models are 100% manufactured in the United States. They're made in Mogadore, Ohio, but they also offer this model as a 72-tooth model where the internals, they are manufactured in Taiwan. It's probably my favorite go-to ratchet. As long as I have the clearance to swing this, this would be the first one I would grab out of all of these here. Next would be a Harbor Freight Pittsburgh Pro. These you can get, if you use the 20% off coupons, it's probably somewhere around $15, I think. These Pro models, they are manufactured in Taiwan, not China, and very low back drag on these, and very fine teeth, 72 teeth. Something that many folks may not like is the reverse button is the reverse of most other ratchets. It doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, you know, go with something else. But for the money, these, I would definitely recommend any of these. This is basically the same ratchet with a flex head. Again, Harbor Freight Pittsburgh Pro. Again, 72 teeth in the head. You'll see some other reviews where the guys say the heads get loose over time. There you can see this one isn't floppy. One more Harbor Freight Pittsburgh model. This is the composite. Again, 72 teeth on the head. This one is a quick release, which I personally don't care for. Or I just prefer non-quick release ratchets. I guess there's nothing wrong with it. It's my experience, if you're using these in a confined space, you can hit this and then your socket or extension, whatever you happen to be using, can fall off, which is the main reason I don't like them. Great for cold weather work though, along with these other soft grip models. You know, your hand won't go numb, you know, if you like to grab it up in this position. Again, this one's also manufactured in Taiwan. Next would be a Proto. Proto's, I guess I would describe them as an industrial tool supplier. Proto's 100% manufactured in the United States. I believe this is a 42 tooth model. And Proto's owned by Stanley Black & Decker, who also owns Mac Tools, Facom, Blackhawk, and countless other tool companies. And a lot of the older Mac style coarse tooth ratchets, you know, they're identical to many Proto models. They just stamp Proto on them now instead of Mac. I like the knurling on this model. Again, you can hear the ratchet action. Very smooth and light back drag. Next would be a DeWalt. This came with a kit that included both metric and SAE sockets and standard shallow depth. I mean, it's like 20 bucks on Amazon. 72 teeth head, another quick release, and this thing's hefty. It's probably the heaviest ratchet out of all these here. As you know, that's a big hunk of steel. And the few times I've used it, I really liked it. It's very smooth action, 72 teeth. And fits my hand well. I like these. I wish they'd offered them in longer lengths. Again, DeWalt's lifetime warranty. Pretty much everything you see here is lifetime warranty. Any of this stuff you bust, you know, it's the manufacturers will replace them or give you rebuild kits. Now, as I say that, we move on to this Master Mechanic next, and I worked at a True Value hardware store when I was in high school, and back then these were manufactured in the USA. I'm positive they are not today, and I have read that many of the old Master Mechanics were made by Esco Corporation. Don't know the tooth count of this, but you know, it's 30 plus years old, and I've never stripped it out. It is fine action, light back drag. So if I ever did strip this out or, you know, break it in any way, I'd probably just toss it in the trash, because I'm sure there's no parts available for it any longer. Next would be the Wright tool model. Wright doesn't offer, you know, 50 different varieties of 1/4 inch drive ratchets. There's this one, and then they make a light duty model that's single pawl. This is a dual pawl ratchet. And they make the same model in like a black industrial finish. Wright tool, you know, I am biased. They are here in Ohio. I work, my day job, I work right down the street from the Wright tool factory. Again, very light back drag, nice action. And I like roundhead ratchets. I know they're probably not the preferred for the younger guys today, you know. They'll all like the pear heads, but I grew up using roundhead ratchets and find them perfectly fine and okay. Next, I'll probably start with this. This is probably, at least here in the United States, it would be my guess that this would be many people's first ratchet, would be these Craftsmans. And mine is a USA model. I want to say these are 36 teeth in the head. They are quick release. And I've never been a fan of these. I find the head sloppy. And just... This one probably because, you know, I never use this thing. But I guess it sounds smooth. I will give it that. But I've never been a fan of Craftsman ratchets. But I was young and broke at one time myself, so they get the job done and work for you. Great. Next would be the Pro model. Again, mine's older, USA. Same length as the other one, just this one has a chrome finish. It's a quick release. The internals are exactly the same. These internals are interchangeable between these two ratchets. This one just has the nice chrome finish, you know, make it easier to clean. Neither one of these Craftsmans are manufactured in the USA now. If you buy current models, and unless you find some old stock, they are going to be manufactured in China. Next, the Cornwell Tr3. The internals are identical to this model here. It's just a shorter overall handle. Again, 30 teeth. And though it's 30 teeth, it has much lighter back drag than either of the Craftsman 36 tooth models. Very nice ratchet. Next would be a Blackhawk. This is the smallest 1/4 inch drive that I own. And Blackhawk being the cheaper brand of proto industrial. This particular ratchet is made in Taiwan. It's a 72 teeth in the head model. Very light back drag again. I mean, this thing just clicks on right through. And if you need a confined space ratchet, you know, I would definitely recommend this. And a 1/4 inch breaker bar. Yeah, a lot of people probably think, you know, not very useful. But you know, it's good for you can just bust something loose, flip that up, and then use it as a screwdriver type. So I do find owning one of these useful. And a good place you might use it with, this is also a right tool, you know, where you put your socket or whatever you happen to be using on this, you know, to use it as a nut driver. There you can see it has the female 1/4 inch drive on the end. So you take your 1/4 inch breaker bar, you know, bust something loose, and then pop that out and boom, spin it out or tight easily. Part number. And here's a 1/4 inch T-bar. This is a Craftsman model. Probably owned it 30 years. It is not stamped USA, but my best guess is that it is USA manufactured, considering it's so old. And I have no idea even if they still offer these today. But I do find them useful. You know, you take a extension, put your socket on. I know a lot of the motorcycle mechanics, you know, they love those old T-bar sockets, so you can use a combination like this to make those. And another type that I had skipped over last time, I do own a 1/4 inch pneumatic, and I don't really use it, I guess, because I'm never in a big hurry when I'm working on stuff. These are great for speed. I know, like some of those Subaru flat motors, they have like 60 some screws in the timing cover. One of these would be great for dealing with that. You know, if you got 60 screws to remove or just snug up. But the thing I don't like about these is the incredible amount of noise that they make. And I'll just flip the air on there, and there you can hear the amount of noise that comes out of these, and just that high-pitched whining that comes out of these just drives me nuts. So it's not something I use. And the next fabled thing would be the 1/4 inch drive impacts. Mine's a DeWalt model. It says built in the USA with global components. The one good thing about DeWalt is they are an American company, where I would say Milwaukee's probably the favored brand, but Milwaukee's Chinese owned and manufactured, so I go with DeWalt. I don't have the huge batteries with mine, but these things, they put out an incredible amount of power for the size of them. And this one has 3 LEDs in the head there, light up your work. And the good thing about, see, I'm not holding the trigger now, and that stays lit up for about 20 seconds. And I can say I do recommend these. They have all kinds of different batteries available. These are only the 1.5 amp hours that I have on mine. They do offer them up to I believe 5 amp hours. And see, the lights are out now. And so if you got the clearance to use one of these things, I just definitely recommend them. And what you should be using with those are, these are 1/4 inch impact sockets. Mine are Gearwrench brand, made in Taiwan. Very complete set though, from 15 all the way down to 4, and includes the 4.5 and the 5.5. So there is no skips in this. Gearwrench, again, lifetime warranty on these. And I also did purchase the SAE set. The one thing you'll still find on SAE bolts is you know, outdoor power equipment, lawnmowers, pressure washers. Most of those things still use SAE bolts. So I did get a set of those as well. These are very reasonably priced too. And then next on the specialties are these SK universal sockets. Again, I have a complete set of these as well. 1/4 inch drive. Also have these in 3/8. this will really get you into some tight spaces. Very handy for like removing exhaust flanges up on motorcycle heads. And just for a comparison, this is a 1/4 inch universal with a 10mm socket on it. And we'll compare the heights there. So you can see this will get you into much tighter space than this. Plus I find these 1/4 inch universals by themselves weak. I've busted several of these over the years. And this is stronger and gets you into tighter access areas. And this is another handy set to have. Vim tools, 1/4 inch drive, metric stubby, hex drives. You can also find these on Amazon cheap. They are manufactured in Taiwan, but they, again, lifetime warranty. And if you deal with Cornwell tools, exact same set that you'll find on the Cornwell truck. It may come in a box that says Cornwell up here, but otherwise identical to these. Work on bikes, highly recommended. So that's it. That's pretty much all my 1/4 inch drive stuff there. And thanks for watching.